Hey friends, we are live again tonight. It's night 53, and we actually want to get right into it and start bringing value right out of the gate. And tonight we're going to talk again about the YouTube formula. It's a new book by Daryl Eves. Daryl Eves is a well-known, well-respected, heavily sought-after YouTube expert. And you know, if you've been watching any of the episodes that I've been putting out there, that YouTube is a hot topic for me, something that I think that you need to get into. If you're not, that you need to create your own YouTube channel. So I've started reading the book and started taking some notes, started taking down some things that not only I felt were helpful for me, but I'm sure they will be helpful for you. There is a link in the description of this video where you could go get the book on Amazon. Go watch last night's episode. Go look at that video on YouTube, and you can find a link to the book if you want to buy it on his website. One of the first things I wanted to talk about that I took down that I thought was you would think is common sense, but it makes sense, is with regards to your strategy for YouTube is basically to remain relevant. In other words, be on top of what's working today, not what was working, 6 months ago, 18 months ago. And it's not easy, but to stay up on, the trends, the different things that are working. And, part of that leads into another thing that Daryl brings out in his book, and that is to pay attention to other content creators on the platform on YouTube that are seeing success, especially if you're not seeing the results that you want, you're not seeing the views that you want, you're not seeing the watch time that you want, then go check out the content creators on the platform in the niche that you're working on. Go outside of the niche as well in some cases, or should we say niche? I tend to say niche, but go do that research and see what's working. Be yourself, adapt. Obviously, don't try to copy what someone else is doing. You don't have the personality they do. You're not wired the way they are, so it still has to be uniquely you. But much of what they're doing is something that you can roll into who you are as a person and see success with your channel as well. Some statistics that I just thought were interesting that I wanted to share as well is that the suggestions that YouTube makes on the platform, so in other words, a big part of YouTube is when you go to the home page, you're given suggestions on which videos to watch. That accounts for 75+% of all watch time on YouTube. That's incredible because obviously YouTube is a giant search engine. And yes, a lot of people, including myself, go to YouTube for search, but it's very clear that the AI engine that YouTube uses to suggest videos to their users is a big part of the platform and something that you're going to want to get a handle on. There's really a big debate out there with regards to growing a YouTube channel, how to sustain a YouTube channel, whether you should focus on being suggested more or being found in search more. There's probably not a one size fits all or one answer better than the other. There are your proponents of optimize for search, and others will say you want to be on the suggested page, you want to be on the home page, you want to be on the next up video list, where what you really want to do is be all of them. It's honestly probably easier to first optimize for search, and maybe that's the right approach when you're first getting started with your YouTube strategy, and then some type of hybrid approach where you maybe gravitate towards also trying to be more often found in the recommendations that YouTube puts out there. One other thing that I've avoided because it takes time and it's not an exact science, and that's thumbnails. Daryl talks about in his book, and he's certainly on record as saying that in many videos where you'll find him say that thumbnails are absolutely critical and important and should be something you pay attention to, that you focus on and try to get them good. Some of your most popular or most successful YouTube creators out there, like Mr. Beast, for example, will have multiple thumbnails already ready, going with the first one that they think is the best one, but then being prepared to switch them out literally within a few hours of the video first being released. That's kind of crazy for some people to think. How could I do that? You know, yes, Mr. Beast has a big team. He spends hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million or more sometimes, on a single video. He has a staff, but he started out with an iPhone, and that was it. He says that he got to 200,000 subscribers with an iPhone 5, and the rest is history. And yes, start with what you have, but there are concepts out there that will get you further if you can find the time to do them. And at some point, you have to find the time, or you will not get to where you want to go. The AI, or the artificial intelligence, or the machine learning and the deep learning algorithms that are on YouTube are truly just mind-boggling. And two aspects of that I took away that I thought were pretty amazing, and I think I really, in the back of my mind, already knew this was the case. But YouTube literally takes your videos frame by frame and analyzes them visually and categorizes your video based upon what it's seeing from a video perspective. So imagine the artificial intelligence in YouTube system literally taking an hour-long video and analyzing it. Related to that, YouTube basically collects 80 billion data points a year. I mean, it's not a year, I'm sorry, in a day. In a day, which is totally insane. They also analyze every word, so they transcribe, and basically through using natural language are able to categorize your video based upon what you're saying, the words, the phrases that you're using, the sentence structure that you're using. And the example that Daryl uses in his book is someone could have in their title and in their description that they're talking about Stephen Hawkins. One could be more historical in nature as far as what's actually said in the video, the contents, the words, the artifacts that they may use, pictures, whatever they may use in the video. And another video could have Stephen Hawkins in the title, but they could be taking it from a satirical perspective, making satire or any number of other things that are really not historical. And YouTube is smart enough to be able to categorize those two videos into different categories, one historical. And so showing that video to someone that has been studying maybe the history of scientists or studying the history of well-known people, whatever it might be. So the point is with these different artificial intelligence capabilities and with the different algorithms that they use for the different traffic sources, it's a beast that is just really amazing with regards to how accurate most people would say that it is regarding serving up to a user what they're interested in watching. If you are looking to grow your channel, one approach could be, and there's some danger in what I'm about to say, but it may help you, especially if it's in the niche that you cover, is to go to the trending page. I honestly can't say that I typically have gone to the YouTube trending page. It's something that I probably need to start doing so that I can see what is trending, what people are interested in. This really brings me to a point that if you want to succeed on YouTube and use it as a platform for you to grow your business, to grow your influence, your income, those types of things, there is a kind of like a rite of passage. I will use that term to describe what I'm about to say, which is when you first start out, again, especially if you plan on using YouTube as a income generating activity. If you're just doing it for fun, then you can do it for fun, no rules. But if you do want to grow on YouTube, use it as a way to generate income, you need to make sure that you're actually producing videos. And that's what I hope I'm doing, but I'm learning. You need to make sure that you're producing videos that are not for you as much as they are for your audience, as much as they are for those that are out there on YouTube. You could certainly take a altruistic approach to this and say, I'm going to create whatever I want to create, and you're certainly well within your right to do that, and the platform supports that. But what you can't necessarily expect is that what you're producing will be something that the masses will want to see. Now, what a lot of creators do is they do what's necessary to gain an audience, to gain a loyal following, and then they either create another channel where their complete freedom is there to say whatever they want to say, to cover whatever they want to cover, perfectly fine. Or maybe they shift the focus of their primary channel and mix in there some type of vlogging format, or just an occasional, hey, this is just what's up in my life. And they may lose some subscribers, they may gain some more, but their loyal following they'll keep, because not only will those people continue to get the content that they've been used to, the knowledge that they've been getting, that type of thing, then they'll also be being able to understand a little bit more about the life of that person. Some people care, some people don't. So I personally mostly follow YouTube channels for the information, not necessarily so much to follow along with someone's quote unquote journey. Nothing wrong with that for those that do. That's just how I'm wired. But you do need to keep that in mind. One other thing that I completely resonate with, and it's really interesting, is Daryl talks about in his book about a number of creators that he's worked with in the past, that when he asked them how much YouTube they actually watched, they said, well, I don't really watch YouTube. It's not my thing. But yet they're trying to, upload content and wanting their channel to grow in, the world of YouTube, but yet they're not consuming it. So this is one of those situations, and it's not unique to YouTube, but you need to be consuming YouTube, you need to be, learning, growing, observing, watching, taking note of, again, what I mentioned, which is what is trending. Take note of what is working well, what's not working well. Also analyzing creators that maybe have had a period of time where their channels are not performing well. Analyze even on your own what you think it is that has caused that to diminish, and then don't do that. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum there, do what they're doing that is working. Again, as I mentioned, don't copy, don't try to be them, make it your own, but there's a lot of things that can be learned. So I highly recommend, don't get anything for saying this. Well, technically, if you buy it on Amazon, I probably get 5 cents. I don't know what the affiliate commission would be, but I bought it for the contents, but if you get the YouTube formula right here, again from Daryl Eves, go look up episode 51. You can look in the description on YouTube and get the link if you want to buy it directly on his website. I guess I'll tell you real quick that if you buy it on his website, you do get a few extras. You get to watch an exclusive video with Mr. Beast. And then today he had an exclusive training, and then there's a mini YouTube course. So it may be that all of that's worth it, but if you want to save a couple of bucks and just want the book, you can go to the link in the description on Amazon and get it there. Do want to recommend it. I'm going to put it in the card up on YouTube as well. But if you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, go to this link that you see down here. Where am I point? There we go, down there. strammel.info/100 days. That's where we're keeping all of the live streams that we're doing for this 100 days straight. Do appreciate everyone that's joined us. If you haven't been here every night, go back to the beginning, start it, get caught up all the way through day 52. And then tonight, of course, is day 53. We will be back every night until we get to 100. Not sure what we're going to do after that. Would love for you guys to let me know what you'd like to see after the 100 days is over, and not even wait for that. What would you like to see in this 100 days? Or we've got, what would it be, 20 or 47 days left. Let me know what you'd like for me to talk about. Already kind of mentioned the one thing that I typically start out with regards to starting a YouTube channel. The second thing that I'm telling someone every night is, begin to build and use an email list. I use ConvertKit. That is also in the description. ConvertKit's free for up to 1,000 subscribers, so there's no reason not to get it. Start using it. Don't be held hostage by a social media platform with regards to the ability to reach your audience. I think we all know that you can't reach 100% of your social media audience anyway because of how the algorithms are set up. Now with email, you can certainly get your what you want to say in the inbox of everyone that is signed up. They may or may not open it. They may or may not read it. They may or may not act upon it, but at least you have the ability to put it in front of them. You have the opportunity at least to send them something. And again, if it's compelling enough, if it has enough value, they're going to open it. They're going to act upon it. So let us know what you would like to have me talk about over the next 47 days. Let us know also here in the comments, whether you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. If you're watching live, obviously, thanks for joining us live tonight. It's Saturday night. You could be doing a lot of different things, but you're here, and I appreciate that. But we're not going to keep rambling on. That's going to be it for tonight, but go watch this playlist, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 54. All right, good night.